Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love in every nug.
New strains, they'll be the judge and see what it does. It's between the buds.
Watch this. Yo, what's
welcome
good?
Back.
Welcome back, y'all. We here with another episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You should
right
know the name
with-
of the show by now.
Definitely
You know
between the
what I'm saying?
buzz.
Between the
but
buzz.
just in case you don't. And we here at Robin Wood. Shout out to Robin Wood 149.
Yes, sir.
We got some more special guests today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For the soul.
For the soul.
You know, they're a independent group coming together as a unit, I should say.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
What we had to say? U-N-I-T-Y.
So
They coming together, that's
we'll
what's
go
up.
through and let them introduce themselves, but we're excited to have them here on the show, and
Yes,
you'll hear
welcome,
more
welcome.
about their story, their creation, and also their relationship with the plant. However y'all want to start, you can introduce yourself.
I'm K-Spook. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I do rapping, singing, editing, everything.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Multifaceted.
I'm a Spade. I'm the owner slash head of all of this. Also, I guess CEO in a way, producer as well.
Okay.
Let's say my name is Tundra. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and 513,
Yes,
baby. You already know what time it is. But me myself, I'm just a rapper, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not just a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yes, sir.
Creator.
There you go.
Lead Tundra.
Lead Tundra, yes.
Lead Tundra? Or
Lead
Oh, lead.
Lead
I thought you said.
He said he
Tundra
lead
means
Tundra.
in Spanish.
we got
It's almost like the.
Spade and Tundra.
Yes, sir.
And together they make For the Soul.
There we
That's
go.
what's up.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up.
So we're gonna go through, like I said, and let y'all answer some questions individually, but as a team as well, and let the world get to know y'all better for the soul, and talk about how cannabis is
It's
for
for the
soul.
soul.
For sure.
It's like food for the soul. What are them books back in the day? Like
chicken
soup.
noodles.
Yeah, for the soul.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. But instead, these days, you can check out Courage and Cannabis.
Hey, there you go.
But how does cannabis help you medicinally?
Man, for me personally, it's helped with a lot of not necessarily trauma, but I guess overcoming it in a way. Just putting me in a mindset where I feel a bit more calm and collected. I've lost some close friends, growing up. They're mutual for all of us too, especially it's one friend, but so cannabis in a way has kind of been an outlet for that stress for me. And medicinally, I've always said PTSD. It's not like I have a lot, but
Gotta go to O's.
it's it's definitely helps a lot with that realm for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, that's definitely relatable, understandable.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that can say that's reasons it's definitely help.
Sleep too, definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's major.
That's where it all started. And outside of that, I was 16, 17. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
feel good after he hits a couple of these.
Sleep and appetite.
Yeah.
About you?
Let's say for me, same thing with PTSD, mainly anxiety too, and also I have really, really bad ankle pains. So once I smoke cannabis or whatever, it actually reduces the pain about at least 80 to 90%, for real.
Man.
So
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
I just feel like people say that it really don't do anything. Like people who've never smoked it before claim that it don't really do anything. Like as far as like calming you down and whatnot. And I'm just like, man, that's bullshit because it does so much for me, and it helped me tap into my creative artistry a little bit better because it helps me focus and stuff like that. So it definitely has a lot of benefits, honestly.
I like how you gave that percentage too, so people know. Like he said, 80 to 90%. That is pretty effective.
More effective than motherfucking Tylenol.
It's more safer, you know.
You're trying to worry about no side effects or nothing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's safer on your organs. People don't realize. Like I know so many people that like ibuprofen demons for real. Like in high school days, like they be taking that shit way too much. I'm like,
popping pills like it's candy, you know, like really candy.
Yeah, knowing that shit could kill you at any time.
Like there's some of those I can't take because of my stomach issues. So it's like really hard on my digestive system. So it's kind of crazy because like it's supposed to be for pain relief, but that shit can, some of that can actually cause me more pain if I take that.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all got like a lot of. I mean, everything has side effects, but some shit like this plant has way less. Like, you know, I take a dry mouth, I could just fix it with some water.
With some water,
Or
right?
dry eyes, eye drops. You know,
Yeah.
Hungry, happy, sleepy. Those don't sound
yeah, I can
too
fix
bad.
that too. Put myself something, fucking, you know.
Don't that me
Take my ass to bed, get some rest, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Those aren't like too bad. So shout out to Cannabis and Mother
definitely.
Nature and God for giving it to us.
Good shit. Shout out to Cypress Hill too, because they the ones that got me into that shit.
Be real.
That was It's like my parents should have known when they heard me playing that shit in my room instead.
Grew up on Bone Thugs and Cypress, so shout out to them. But I didn't know what I was listening to. But then it's funny, full circle, I got a chance to meet like most of the Bone Thugs crew.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Oh man, I would love to meet them, man.
Is that where he was working in the music stuff back in the day?
No, it was actually, I mean, like I met them, I guess there too, but I met them just recently in the cannabis industry.
Oh, that's
word.
It was their 30th anniversary, so you know, shout out to them for doing it. I'm like, you know, I'm definitely over 30, but when I was listening to it, like I said, I was like, what, 5? Didn't even know what I was listening to. 4 or 5. I'm like,
You can feel the rhythm.
I just knew the harmony. The harmony. So yeah, it was just like, oh shit, I can't say what he said, but he flowed.
He said some shit.
But Crazy is actually my favorite one. I like them all, but like
Crazy and Lazy.
Yeah, Crazy Lazy.
Crazy.
The combo Crazy Lazy.
Yeah, that motherfucker's
He was rich still, no, I fuck with him all.
Yeah, for sure. But Crazy, he's definitely.
Yeah, and you know, shout out to Crazy for his he got a foundation. That's another thing that I forget. It's a non-profit organization, but I forget the exact name. But he's like helping the community in Cleveland and the youth and like giving back.
I was gonna say like stuff for the youth. Like that.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to help further the youth and their education. 'Cause that's important. Period. Like people kind of like, you know, don't respect school as much, but I feel like education is huge for all of our
because our schools need more funding.
Exactly. No, definitely. But it's still like gotta be, you know, it's a two-way street. It's gotta all be like we gotta fight for it as well as it does need funding too.
I agree.
It's important, and all like education. Equal education in all communities matters. So that's the real acronym for peace. Please educate all communities equally.
That's a good one.
I feel like it literally, you know, it's for me. It's like it's taught me like just as a young kid to like always be humble. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's people that have had these same greater questions before me, and like, you know, they spent a long time trying to figure out the answers. So like I don't have all the answers to, you know, everything. So education to me is like I've always like looked at it as like, you know, I can take a lot from this and learn for a lot of it. So that's why it's always been like, especially like going to college and shit for me. Even though like music and cannabis is not really like something, you know, like you would go to college for necessarily, but like you definitely can. But especially the cannabis now, but like it's not gonna be like a guaranteed career yet. With, you know,
and they're both in some ways kind of arts, but
but
the thing,
growing arts.
it used to be a sin. We're not gonna say a sin. It used to be a crime for, especially even us, to.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
What black people used to do, what things they accomplished, what they invented, they taking all that down. So I feel like
we used to watch Roots in school.
Roots, yeah, the Martin Luther King cartoon, you know, all of it. So I feel like honestly, it's like for the kids, like obviously, yeah, school is very, very important. Knowledge is definitely power, but also take the time to do your own research, because not everything that teachers will tell you is completely true.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I mean, that with research and knowledge now, we have the internet. So YouTube University or just Google University. There's so much like you.
Which
can find false stuff. Exactly. But that's why you gotta like, you know, try to do your best to use reliable sources. But if you want to take the time and do it, you can find information.
Yeah. I'm not saying like, you know, always take the time to research the shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying like, people lie.
Oh, 100%.
So what I'm saying
you can lie on Wikipedia.
Yeah, exactly. CNN, all that shit, give out false information. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, like you can listen to them, listen to the people that's telling you reliable search, you know, information, but also do your research too, so you can figure out, learn more about that particular information that person is giving.
Hey, basically. Never be too fun, or never stop learning. Because you can always learn from anybody, anything.
So you can always have more questions, and you might not always be able to get the answers from like a teacher or someone like that. So
exactly,
that's where that research comes in.
But no, so keep it pushing. Do y'all have like a preferred way of medicating or consuming?
Raw cones.
You said raw cones? Alright.
He needs a sponsor for that.
Smoking for sure has always just been like one of my favorites, but edibles, like, you know, are awesome too. But vapes, I mean, you know, that three right there, you can't go wrong with that three. So it kind of rotates between those three. I like vapes just because it's, you know, easy on the go, discreet. And you know, edibles is nice mainly for like sleep. I like using edibles a lot for sleep, and like if I want to like have like an appetite, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, or maybe it's just how my body reacts to cannabis, which I feel like that's a big point people really don't talk about. But like for me personally, like edibles, like whenever I consume the high that I get from that, I get a lot more like of an appetite compared to whenever I smoke or vape. So I like using edibles for that too, if like, you know, I want to like really eat, you know, because I'm definitely trying to put on some muscle in the future for sure. And my metabolism twice as fast, so you know, cannabis can be
slow it down a bit.
Yeah, it can help me with that too. So you know, edibles in that degree, you know, and they got so many different good cannabinoids now, like CBG, all that stuff, you know.
So when you do that, do you try to time out when you take it? So like, okay, I want to maybe eat around this time, so let me eat the Eddie around here, so I'll get hungry by then.
Yeah. Some people they actually do that too.
Yeah.
Especially when they like trying to bulk up, like he said.
Yeah, I mean that's a new.
And that's be effective too.
That's a new form of edible use or even cannabis use. Never thought of it that way. Like people say, oh, sometimes I don't do it, or I don't use cannabis period because I get the munchies. But what if you're trying to gain weight?
Yeah, that's me.
People out there that
get that fast metabolism, you know. It's hard to do that shit.
It may not be the healthiest way, but you know, like if you're eating the right thing.
Yeah, you still want to try to eat healthy because that's food is medicine no matter what. But it's even better if you can infuse that shit with cannabis.
So don't let the munchies take over.
Choose the right thing.
Yeah, I like how you broke it down too, and like you have separate uses for each thing, you know. Because I feel like there's a lot of people that can relate to that, like using vape on the go, edibles for food and sleep, you know.
I can't walk into class smelling like flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
So then,
Let's say my smoking. Like I said, most of the time I just use that whenever I'm on a writer's block. When I'm trying to write a song, I can't think of anything.
Okay.
I'll smoke, and then for whatever reason, my ideas just start flowing through like crazy.
Okay.
So I'm just like, holy
the
shit.
gates of
like, yeah,
literally. Like, holy shit, I could write a whole book if I really wanted
It's like
to.
them,
So,
what they call synapses.
yeah, tapping into them, and then once it sinks in, like you just go in, like you just tapped into that creative mode, and it's like, wow, it's so impressive what cannabis can really do as far as like enhancing your brain. Like it's just crazy.
yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
I always had that thought too, you know how they only say you really use like half your brain. Like what if
you use all
you're like slowly tapping more into, the other half.
yeah.
I mean, it's levels to the shit.
I might have just opened up a new scientific study.
Depends on what strain you get and what your endocannabinoid system. So how it's wired, that shit might be going through the matrix.
So zeros and ones just everywhere.
What the fuck?
From half brain to full brain. Power up. Nah, what about you, bro?
I'm sorry, what was it?
The question: what's your preferred method of consuming? Is it smoking, edibles, or you open to all kinds, or just you got one preferred way?
I can't do dabs and shit.
No dabs.
I can't either.
No, like I said, I like smoking cones and shit. Like it's just, it's easy to pack and it's not discreet, but at the same time.
It's loud, depending on what you're stuffing.
So
you got some
Yeah,
cornbread.
no, I feel like they get me right, and then I don't really like raps like that.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Nah, I feel you. I mean,
Yeah, so you stay away like from like tobacco types.
I mean, I smoke
Well,
like a
yeah,
vape, but like,
yeah.
like
But,
straight cigar, like
yeah.
I did, but I'm cool now.
Yeah.
Tobacco free for 2 years now.
Hey,
I'm
salute.
proud of you, man.
Salute.
I swear.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
swear these babies.
Yeah, that was out for that one, man.
Yeah, that shit ain't no joke.
These bass are the toughest thing I've ever tried to kick in my life.
If I wasn't like super sick for like 2 weeks with like COVID and like some other weird stuff, I don't think I would have like been able to, honestly, because it was such a stressful moment in my life too.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it turns into the positive.
Is stress, or a health type of, not gonna say crisis, but just wake up, like a moment that woke you up to like, let me put these down, or some type, basically like that is what you're saying.
Definitely,
Yeah,
nicotine. Yeah, I had I just hated how like I sometimes like would treat people like unconsciously if I like hadn't had that like fix.
Yeah.
And I also like hated the feeling of losing vape too.
Yeah.
It's like your safe space.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
use the dab pen and I don't feel that way as much. I'm like, damn, that sucks, but like weed don't make me feel like that. You know? So like I feel like just.
That's why I'm like, we're adults and it does that. I'm like, imagine what these teenagers are.
You have teenage emotions and all that shit. Like, I'm 23, so I was on that shit like heavy from 16 up until like I said, 21.
Yeah.
So those are like prime years of being a teenager going into young adult, all that shit. A lot of shit was going on. So nicotine was very much a crutch. In my life at that point. My parents wanted me off that shit so bad. They were so disappointed. So was a lot of my family, just because they were like, they didn't even really care that I smoked. They were like, you know, we happy that you smoke and don't do other shit. You know, I've never been interested in, you know,
Heavier
other
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I feel you.
definitely had my
I don't
fun
do
with
drugs,
psychedelics.
just weed.
Yeah.
I don't see psychedelics as drugs though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like shrooms. Yeah, shrooms.
Yeah, shrooms is natural.
Just make sure you get
that's natural.
That's natural too. Get it from the right source. No,
Definitely.
but no, I had a friend that like she would wake up looking for that vape.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, yo, chill. Like,
That's crazy because for me it started at work, right? Just on breaks, like go outside, hit the vape. Other people's. Yeah. And then it was like, okay, I'll buy my own. You know, that's the next step.
Oh man.
I'm only using it at work though, you know. Then I'm at home one night and I'm like, wait, it's a vape. I can use this at the house too. Start hitting that shit at the house, you know. Then it's like, oh yeah, I always got it with me. Let me just keep hitting at it. Bruh, I swear, the vape is way worse than cigarettes. And it's so much harder to kick.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
It is definitely like it's some shit. You know, I don't obviously want to be balancing, but at the same time, it's like.
Yeah, it's like it's one of the
That's
things.
stressful.
I stayed away from that shit, especially after hearing stories about what people have to go through.
All I need is your testimonies. I'm good.
Nah, it's like you don't have that shit. It's
It seems like it's a lot of money too.
Yeah, once you get addicted to that shit, it's hard to get off of it. So you know,
they got stores designed specifically around them flavor vapes.
Yeah, it's like
that's why I swear it's something in them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I ain't telling us.
I ain't touching that shit.
Just like inspire some people, you know. Like I'm not special. I'm human, just like y'all. So it's you know, it just happened, honestly.
Yeah, but
in my life.
kudos that you got off of it. Stayed for 2 years.
Honestly, one of the hardest things I've done, at least like mentally, you know, fighting that. That first 3 months, they say is hell. I agree, honestly. After that, you know, and I definitely cannabis helped a lot. So that was like a medicinal thing, right? Going back to that
herb.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like
the word is the herb.
And I feel like working in the industry, I've you know met a lot of people that also kind of like have cannabis helps them like with recovering like opioid addiction and you know, a lot of people didn't even willingly get addicted to opioids. They got handed these 90 pill scripts that were like milligram, not based on their weight at all.
I got sickle cells, and my sister does, so they was just it's like candy, bro. They be like, here.
Right.
Like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, literally. Boy, that shit could kill you too.
Yeah.
Take this home with you.
Nah, it's reckless how it can be done. But then, you know, I was watching the news. You know, rarely do I watch the news, but I was watching when they were making a toast with alcohol, a drink. But I'm like, damn. In my mind, I'm like, man, why can't they do that with cannabis one day?
They're doing that on the
like,
news. Maybe
an infused beverage or shit a joint. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's just like, man, alcohol has become so. That's another substance that's just like it's normalized and like you look everywhere now, and it's kind of just like that's how they make bread. Like there's some people that have happy hours, like specifically designed to get people toasted. Like it's like, man, people be leaving, driving, you know, all the time.
The car accident.
Oh yeah, all the time drunk. But now, now the moment your car smell like cannabis, I'm hearing they trying to, you know, say you got to spend time in jail. Like 3 days. Like, that's what they trying to put in the new bill.
Bottles with specials and shit. Where they just keep going. They just keep filling the drinks.
Like cannabis is causing people to go crazy on like fucking alcohol. Some people can't even handle that shit. So I just think it's hypocritical for real.
Yeah, it's very hypocritical. And that's more reasons education is important. Man.
Yeah, definitely.
Most certainly. But to continue, like what we just vaping on. No, we smoking on. Are you more like a sativa hybrid or indica person? What do you prefer? What's that in there actually? If you don't know, it's cool.
No, for me, definitely, probably like sativa.
Yeah.
Mainly. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when I'm on the go, but I definitely like indica as well. Just at the house, not really doing nothing. Indica just, I don't know if it's even more like a placebo, or I honestly do genuinely believe, like, I know there's some people that are like, is there really a difference or whatever?
Yeah.
I feel like there is, you know, because it's like plant genetics and stuff, you know, and each plant is definitely going to make you feel different, you know.
Right.
Yeah, the chemistry, like, that's what makes a strain, is, you know, not the goofy name, you know,
Right.
it's the genetics, you know, like,
Yeah.
'cause there was, you know, a mother plant that was bred, and
Yep. The
it's
mother
really a
and the father.
beautiful process. Like, every single, you know, batch that you get is a different, you know, it may be from the same family, but
Yeah, it could
that's
be different flavor and profile for sure.
So,
Okay.
sativa,
We've had a lot of
indica, yeah.
different opinions, so I like to hear that one.
I'm gonna say, it don't really matter to me, man. Honestly, I just need something to calm
Put it in the air.
Yeah, exactly. I need something to calm me down.
Is that just the experience?
Tap me in my creative mode, and then whenever I want to eat, we'll just fuck some food up.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
He said, fuck some food. I mean, speaking of shit, I mean, you know, our favorites did just arrive. It looked like, I'm happy.
Never had happy.
You never had Happy's?
Never.
Bro, it's so good, bro. We got some in Cincinnati, so.
That's two stars.
Yeah, we got Happy's down there. We used to get that shit all the time. Well, me and my people just get that shit all the time. The food will be hit every time. Yeah, so.
That's just
But well, shit.
Episode Happy's.
Yeah, shit. We've been rocking with the Happies and the Savvy Sliders.
Yeah,
Shout out to them as well.
So, are y'all familiar with terps? And do you either of you have like a favorite one?
I'm not familiar.
Okay,
I
no
don't
worries.
think you guys.
If you're not, we can briefly explain it and keep it pushing, but also like they say nose knows best, but terps are like pretty much what you smell. Like when you open the bag. Matter of fact, this is perfect. Terp test.
He said, "Let me get you a terp experience right now."
Yeah. Yeah, there you
There
go.
you
Got
go.
the piney.
Okay.
Hey, there you go.
The nose
Yeah, got that
knows.
lemon. There you go. There you go. What we did?
That's what's up.
Experiment on the ride.
I also kind of smell like.
He just proved it in real time.
Yeah, there you go. I think those three. What? Piney, lemonine, terpinolene. Yeah, it's just
Man,
fire.
if only they could see this is some really good looking stuff too.
Yeah, if only the cameras could smell. I'm telling you. Damn, we need smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision.
That's what we're smoking on, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. We got a variety.
He said, "Don't steal that." No.
Yeah, don't help me make it. Don't steal it. You can smell it.
He said, "Let's see, we got the light right here."
Oh, snap. So we do that shit here. Yeah, if anybody.
With the crystal.
Let us go.
Yeah.
Reaction.
Definitely.
That's
Anybody else with that?
man.
Hold it better.
Actually, ooh. That was just a stem.
Hey, do me a favor, bro.
Let me get it right here.
Wheel up to the yeah, so they can see.
Let me get it right here. Under the light. Look at that.
They look good.
I feel like spin it in like a circle. It's on the turnstile.
It's staple.
I was about to say that.
You know what?
Coming up, I was like,
I don't know why, but it kind of looks like the shape of Texas or something like that. It's like a state.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
That's funny. Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision.
And we gotta do a skip. You gonna pass it around for everybody to smell it one episode. And be gone by the time you get back.
You done now?
They said put like the smell lines across the thing. Oh yeah.
I got the lid. I just put it somewhere.
So.
Well, speaking
So,
of
yeah.
returning back to
Returning back
to the terp conversation.
Do you have any favorite terps?
Definitely, yeah. Terpenoline is probably my all-time favorite because I mean that one's probably like this one of the main sativa ones too. Definitely, it gives it that like citrusy, like kind of like almost floral smell too. And some people say kind of like a cleaner smell in a way, like a citrusy like Lysol wipe or something.
Right.
I definitely see that, but for sure.
But not in like a chemical way. Like,
Yeah.
It's more like just natural, herbal kind of.
Definitely, yeah. And
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, those are that one's
You get one of these,
amazing. And I also am a big fan of was it limonene and linalool is dope too. Linalool is like a great like one for like anti-anxiety. I feel like.
Yes. Linalool is definitely kind of like that lavender kind of, you know.
Yeah, those are probably some of my favorites.
You got everybody grab what they.
Yeah, I was gonna say pass it to the guys.
Yeah, once y'all done, you can pass it. But you say you like linen lube, or is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Kind of like the counterbalance.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, if you can find something like terpenoline and linalool in it, like that's like a really nice sativa, almost kind of like sativa lean hybrid, right? Because you get that like sativa boost without the jittery feeling that some people get from sativa, which is definitely, I feel like, valid. Like, some
Yeah.
will get you fried, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I've had some, I'm like, damn, like, all right, I'm gonna need a little bit.
Yeah, so I feel like if you're a naturally high energy person and you use a lot of sativa, then yeah, I feel like it can easily get you kind of super anxious, over the top kind of high. Where people feel like paranoia and that kind of thing. But I feel like at the same time, you can also use it when necessary. So if you're super tired, sativa's definitely gonna come in handy. You know, you don't want to use a lot of indica and then be into couch.
Right. No, I mean, but then I don't know. It's kind of crazy because I've heard some people can use vice versa, like
Yeah.
to like be the opposite. Like, oh, I can.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
The indica feel alert.
Yeah.
Depending on what they're
Yeah, I heard
treating,
that one before,
Or
yeah.
like balance out in the middle. as
yeah,
well.
or sativa put me to sleep, or you know, shit. It just depends. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it depends on the
crazy
body.
part of chemistry in the plant, man. Honestly,
Everybody's chemistry is unique and
yeah, it's pretty sick. Crazy. Everybody got napkins. Hey,
yeah,
I definitely feel like terpenes help navigate that for sure.
yeah.
At least one of the closest ways we have.
I like thinking of kind of like the DNA of the plant, you know, like it's chemical compounds.
It's one way to really show like the uniqueness of the plant, like without like, you know, just like number wise really.
yeah,
Thank you, sir.
absolutely. Thank you, happies. We are all happy.
Yeah, this is really good.
I
First
told
time
you.
having
I
this,
told
yeah.
you.
The real tip for
So while we're sitting here munching on some food,
Nah, perfect timing.
That's a good transition.
yeah. What's your guys' favorite like munchie snack or like go-to foods? You know, when you just it hits and you just gotta hit. You know, you gotta eat something.
I feel like anything breakfast, like no matter what time of day.
Cereal.
I used to eat breakfast for dinner. My family is like I used to look forward to that sometimes.
You call it Brenner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a winner. Brenner for dinner.
Yeah. That's fire.
But nah, breakfast used to be my favorite food of the day. Now, hustling days, you know, sometimes you barely forget or have time to eat breakfast.
Yeah,
like, unless you're drinking a smoothie or something. Like, yeah, these days, it's like, I'm in and out. Or, you know, I got oatmeal. Shout out to oatmeal. I grew up on that shit.
Hey, it's quick, it's healthy. Like,
yeah. I
you
grew
put
up
some
on that.
seasonings in that shit.
Cream of wheat. Grew up on that shit.
Grits.
Grits, yeah. But, nah, I fucks with that breakfast. Breakfast foods. Or, shit, cereal and milk. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like he said, at all times of the day. What about you, Mr. Spade?
Yeah, man, it was this past summer when I was in Germany. They have Turkish food everywhere, and there's this one like street food dish called doner kebab. You get that shit in a box. It's I wish I could like, I don't know how to like really describe. It's either like beef, lamb, or chicken, and they put that, mix it with fries. Like, I'll have to show a photo of this. But
Oh my god, that's
Okay.
so good.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
fine.
the ultimate stoner food, 100%. And in Germany, it's like where they have it probably the best in the world, besides like Turkey and like, you know. But it's a doner box more specifically.
Okay.
I'm pulling a photo.
And it's kind of like the street food you said anyway?
Yeah, like this shit right here.
Whoa. I can already see it was like a parfait.
Yeah, that looks fire.
It's super fucking good.
Damn. That's the donor box.
And in the Netherlands, they have like a kind of like, almost in a way, it's kind of similar, but it's called capsulin. Capsulin, and it's like Kapsalon. And
Okay.
it's like a similar, it's not, I shouldn't say similar because they'd probably get on my ass for that. But, you know,
For comparing it.
yeah, but it's still, it's like donor meat and like fries and similar, but they put Gouda cheese over it, which Gouda cheese is from the Netherlands, so that's like their thing. So like that's the best place in the world to get Gouda cheese if you love that shit. So like,
So it's
man,
like the most fresh and authentic there.
yeah, that was like some of the best too. But Turkish food, man, that's the one thing I miss about here. But if I'm here in the States, probably like pizza, honestly.
Dang.
Just, yeah,
Pizza.
it's an
The
all-time
US
fast.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter. Spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
How relations were when you went to
Yeah, definitely.
Germany.
Yeah, so like the geopolitical state of the whole world right now is very, you know, crazy. You know, we did a song even on our album touching on that, but you know, more on that later. But you know, when I was there, you know, experiencing, you know, American stereotypes and all of that, you know, generally people are, you know, they're good people. You know, I didn't run into like a majority of problem where like people were like, oh, you're American, you're a piece of shit, you know. I had maybe that happen once or twice, and it was just, you know, from ignorant people, because ignorant people are everywhere. You know,
Facts.
it doesn't matter where you're at, you know, and there's good people no matter where you're at, you know. But I feel like a lot of it, right, is like, you know, how our government has been viewed in like during the Cold War era. A lot of Eastern European countries were like, you know, either part of the Soviet Union, so there's a very like black or white opinion on either, like if it's, they're like more like for that Soviet Union side or more for like America NATO side. So having that in mind, they feel like America is kind of like an imperialistic, you know, nation. Like we want to conquer and like spread like democracy. Like you must be democratic and you must, you know, be like this. Like you cannot be communist. And that was definitely what was going on, you know, during the Cold War. So like some of them like feel like they have like speaking English is like like killing their sovereignty as like a country and their identity as a culture is like the basis I came down to talking to people. So once I knew that, I was like, I'm not really trying to take that. I didn't take it as personal as much anymore because I was like, you know,
They got a whole nother perspective.
Yeah, there's a whole history coming from that.
Yeah. I mean, because I was over there. I didn't know how to speak that much Deutsch, you know, German, just very little, you know, but maybe enough to like order a coffee. That was it, you know, like, but you know, I could speak English anywhere, so that was like, you know, I was really like grateful for that. That was them accustoming to me, you know, and that's not even like my home. I've, you know, never been there, so that was, you know.
How do you order coffee in German?
It's been a long time. A little ein Kaffee, Milch, and that was hello, one coffee with milk, because it's very basic there. It's not like Starbucks, like, or anything. Like, those coffees are, you know, if you want a cappuccino, you can get that, but there's like, they're not putting no like extra caramel, nothing.
Yeah, no fucking ingredients. You don't get no bedazzled, smiling jewelry, or, you know, some logo on your fucking coffee. Like, damn, you took more time drawing that than making the quality.
Yeah, they definitely have lattes over there for sure, and they're amazing. They're great. They're expensive, but the coffees there, it's very minimalistic. A lot of the ways there, it's just like, you know, they're just
probably like appreciate the actual coffee beans more and stuff like that.
Definitely, and it tastes better. You know, it's definitely better quality beans. You know, over there. I don't know how. You know, I feel like they also have a lot more fair trade going on in the European Union in general compared to here. So there's also that.
Got more access to fresh beans.
Just more humane trade going on over there. You know, but. Not to get like too into all that, but you know, so with all that, you know, generally people were really friendly, and you know, I was the visitor, so that I kept that in mind, you know, and was very grateful for, you know, a lot of very welcoming people, and you know, like in our music label, we have, you know, the co-owner from Marseille, France, and then we have, you know, 3 artists from Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and that's, you know.
Dang. I was wondering when we were playing the song earlier. It's like, where's Rotterdam?
Rotterdam sounds dope. Just that name.
Just the name.
Rotterdam. Almost like it sounds like a dog mixed with a dam.
He said, "Damn dog."
Damn dog. I'm about to name my dog Rotterdam.
Rotterdam.
It's gonna be a Rottweiler too. A German Rott.
He said, "Oh look, that's a Rotterdam."
Hey, anybody wants to donate me a German Rott, I will accept it kindly. Puppy though, so I can teach it. Anyways, so, dude, that was a dope and intense answer. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, my bad.
No, nothing against you. I appreciate it, like, thoroughly, like, answering. I'm just like gonna have to ask the team where were we, like. Shit. Was that based off the munchies, or
we did roll off?
Yeah, that was based off of like friendliness of, like, you know, an American stereotype.
Yeah,
okay.
We were talking about turkey and favorite foods over there.
Yeah. All right, just making sure. That's what I thought we were somewhere in between. You talked about Waffle House.
Yeah.
Have you got a chance to say what you? Cereal, breakfast foods.
Breakfast foods, yeah.
So now, all right. It's coming back to me.
Yeah.
Alright, y'all ready? No, it ain't true for at all. It's just, that's the reason why you have, like,
that's good
general questions, and then it leads to more. But bouncing back, do either of y'all have, like, a favorite show or movie that's your go-to when you're stoned, or, you know, just in general? You ain't necessarily got to be stoned, but.
Or even like just cannabis related.
Yeah, cannabis related theme.
Cliche, but How High is definitely it for me. I fucking love that movie.
Shout out to them.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them.
Half baked. Okay,
shout out to Dave.
Both of those are too common. You can't go wrong with either one of those movies.
For real.
So shout out to all those creators.
Yeah, shout out to them.
You know, they bought cannabis to the college, and
just fucking
everywhere.
He was healing people's like skin rashes and shit.
They brought it everywhere, but I'm just saying, like, it's just funny because it's always frowned upon in like colleges or anywhere, but it's just colleges is where most people get exposed to that shit.
Yeah,
like this is not as bad as
This is so bad.
as long as you manage it, you gotta manage everything. But what about you?
Yeah.
Probably like I Love Regular show.
Oh my God!
Wait, you said I Love Regular?
Regular show.
I've never even heard
It's a cartoon.
That's funny.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
I mean, the Harold and Kumar movies are great.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
That's funny.
I feel like I'm missing some other really good ones too. I mean, I love Trailer Park Boys too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's funny. That's a shout out to they actually had a string.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I was thinking if I said that one.
A lot of late nights, you know, watching those shows for sure. Yeah, those probably. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, dope. That's what's up. So I don't know, like how much or how familiar you guys are. I know, like you know,
hit them with
the cannabis industry is like complex in a lot of ways, but from afar, whether you like looking at it from there or within it, is there anything you could say that you would change about the cannabis industry or would want to fix?
Obviously, like the stigma. I mean, it's really not that bad. Like, I don't know. Like, I just like. There's been a lot of people in my life who have had like. I mean, like my dad and stuff. Like, complete utter. Like, they want it. Like, he's been an advocate since before I was born. So.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. Like, there's still people out there that think it's like fucking
the devil
meth or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like that-ass dope. Like,
misinformation.
the reefer madness. Still,
I grew up in church
I think
home.
It's lessened a lot more, but it's still out there. It's like people just think. I mean, it's like some crazy shit.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I
mean, shit. We had worse shit introduced into our neighborhoods back in the day.
Drop down. We ain't do nothing to
We ain't asked for that shit.
Right.
Nah, my dad got in trouble for that shit, so I get it. Like that shit, it's like crazy to see how like people were getting harassed, especially in our community, and then now.
I just think it's crazy that you go to jail for marijuana use, get more years for that than fucking somebody who just a pedophile. I just think that's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
A pedophile get like 3 months to 6 years, and then the guy who was just selling marijuana gets like 20 to 30 years. I just think that's fucking crazy. I feel like they should like release those people who went to jail for that shit.
Yeah,
immediately. They have to.
Some states have those like
exonerate them
3-strike
of
laws.
Yeah, 3 strikes.
And they get so many people on life charges on
right.
That. There is literally
which is
like
crazy.
Probably around 5,000 people like with life sentences across like the United States just for cannabis.
Just look at that one little fucker, like
and
what?
regardless if they were like dealing it or not, man, like if they didn't fucking kill somebody or nothing, man, I don't give a fuck. Let them free.
Yeah, they should be definitely
concerned,
that's so hypocritical. Like, you're gonna get life in jail for this plant that you probably using to relieve your stress or get through life in other way or other reasons.
Right. And not commit serious crimes.
The way I look at it is if that individual had the opportunity to do it legally, which he probably would have, but guess what? They don't make that shit easy as fuck to get into. And that's like what I would say they need to change is, really like if they want to fix the problem, like make it easy for people to get into it. Especially like, I feel like there's not enough opportunities for people that, got in trouble for this to get into it, especially in our state.
Yeah,
because
especially
they're so strict, man.
Yeah, very, very strict. It's insane.
Yeah.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
When I went to get my job, man, they had to do fingerprint tests and all that type of stuff, you know. So it's, you know, it's legit, you know. And I just think people should get a second chance, you know, in society.
Especially if it's plant related.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it is
non-violent, you know, like.
Free all the premature bud tenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Just, you know,
Basically.
give them the opportunity to get a career. That's why I like
They laid the foundation, you know, but how do you think they started the businesses up? They saw how it was done in the streets.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which was already a business.
There's some companies that like strictly like will like send them to you know, schools out in Humboldt County.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the company for like, you know, don't want to like shout them out, nothing. They already got enough love, but you know, they send people out there, you know, strictly, and they choose people more so that have those types of convictions, and I think that's dope. You know, I think there should be more of that.
That kind of opportunity.
Yeah, because you know they would have 100% probably gotten into it legally, but just like I said, they didn't get the opportunity to because.
So we talked about it recently too. It's with the Last Prisoner project.
Yeah.
It's on the end of
They
it.
need. I mean, that was they're doing their thing. They're doing their best. But I almost feel like either more people need to help them, or they need more organizations like that too.
Or that, or more publicity.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy what gets publicity and what doesn't. Especially as far as just even cannabis being legal in states. Like some states you can advertise, some states you can't. And it's like, yo, some states just like mum the word, cannabis is legal. Like,
okay.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, nah. But
do you think? Would you say it's more states that can't advertise versus can?
Yeah, because their biggest excuse is children, which is crazy because you could be getting lit right in front of your kids just drinking out of the
right. Come on, man. Like, bro.
Yeah. Damn.
What's mommy and daddy drinking? I want some of the Kool-Aid too.
Right. Said, oh, it's a roach.
It's really unique, you know, like just because every state has their own each way. Like some states it's more about the commercialization, other it's about more of like the private
medicine,
ownership.
or
DC is like you buy it through that loophole or whatever.
Yep.
Like buy $50 T-shirt, you know, but really it's just you're buying, you know, the bud. But it's
Correct.
like, but it's like less of a commercial approach there.
Yeah.
And you know, I've heard some people weigh in like, you know, legalization but no commercialization, and I think that's a pretty, you know, interesting outlook sometimes because full-blown legalization sometimes can lead to too much corporate entities getting involved, and and that's when, you know, the money isn't going where it should go, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree. Should they trying to do it now?
They're
The
trying to
cops
do it
more
now,
money
that's
than the cops already have. Like, get out of here. You know, from already harassing people from
they
this
need
plant.
to give small businesses equal opportunities for that as well.
Yes.
I agree.
But yeah, no. So it's just like crazy. Like you were saying, how like, you know, the cops. I don't know. They can just grab anybody for that or stop them for any, like the moment they smell anything, they can just be like, oh shit. You know, we got the right to search your car. But yeah, and it's like it could be just any little thing, and then they make it further or extend it and just go into more shit. Like the best thing now is seeming like to have your medical card, but then even then you just still gotta, like, you know, be careful what you do because they're definitely ain't out to try to get folks and make an example of people. Sadly, but yeah, I don't know if you answered yet.
Yeah, I pretty much that same answer.
No doubt. Well, shit. Would y'all think, to run it back, something similar, you think cannabis should be covered by the government as like healthcare?
Yeah. So say like,
I don't know.
You know how you get like health insurance?
Yeah, government, I don't know, man, because the government do some really sneaky shit.
Quickly.
They're very shady. So I don't know about that. No, I feel like everybody should have like do it their own way. You know what I'm saying? Like blow it out themselves and everything else, and just like sell it like locally, like have their own like I don't know, but the government. No.
What would you say about people who either have like severe health issues or like low income? If it could be provided to the government, almost like, you know.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
Well, if they're not doing anything that's really, like doing anything like shady, yeah, I'll be okay with that.
Cause
you know what I'm saying?
With you, you know.
Yeah. But
I'm like, I feel like if you know,
I'm kind of mixed about that. So
because
it's like yes, it is a no, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
What about you?
I feel like if done right, like, 'cause you have a great point, like, for people that need it, or like a lower income, you know, like, I feel like those are definitely people that could benefit from it, and if done correctly, I feel like that would be great, but I don't know how I'd feel about maybe, like, I feel like it'd have to be, like, a state government thing, right, 'cause the federal government is gonna have, like, limitations, you know, we don't want what's happening now with our healthcare system to go with the cannabis, because my God, who knows what would happen, honestly.
A lot of CEOs and people will get shot up. The motherfuckers gonna be dying left and right, man. Just to make a point. It sucks that I had to take violence for that change things.
I feel like
those are answers.
With that, you're gonna see more open investment from like big tobacco and alcohol, and you do not want. You know, that is my general concern as a user of cannabis, a worker in the industry. I see companies buying up, you know, other companies that are affiliated, owned by big tobacco and alcohol. That's when, like, we should start getting concerned, honestly, because we do not want those people, you know, establishing the regulations for our cannabis, because it's not going to be as clean or, you know, trusted, you know.
That's facts.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah. What about you, man?
I mean, I agree with, like, if it was, like, for, you know, lower income people, but at the same time, it's like to go through all that just to get, when you can, like,
it's like, that's why it's like, I don't know, man.
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know, I
don't know.
That's why it's been
because when you mention the government, you was like, it's a scam call
being in my backyard.
But then, you know, that's, there's always people that can be like, well, what about this?
Yeah, and like, damn, like, I don't know. It's just one of those questions that I just feel conflicted. I don't know.
But he had a really good point. It's like, why would you even need to, like, go through all those steps when you could just grow it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like grow it. It's just
Yeah.
Or you could have people that you know grow it and help provide it.
What they should have done, and some states have done it, if you can't grow it, you should be able to select a caregiver to grow a number of plants for you.
What you said in Michigan?
And Michigan did it, but of course they don't want to mimic Michigan. They want to get, you know, try to be better or. No, actually, you lied though. Like, you fucking lied to us. We voted and you changed that shit. On a positive note, if y'all had the opportunity to create a strain name, what would it be? And y'all can each have your own.
I don't know.
It's tough?
It's tough. Probably Tundra, honestly.
There you go. Yeah. I ain't never heard of a strain Tundra.
Yeah.
Nobody steal it.
I have to do, like, something involving my name in it, like,
your current
OG or some shit.
Yeah. Like, you want some of that spook, bro?
Spoof OG. What about you?
I need some For the Soul stuff.
Hey, that's pretty solid too. This is For the Soul.
Tundra.
I mean, I would love to get into the cannabis industry one day. I think how it's set up, they're gonna have to start up in a different state first.
Probably Michigan.
And then, yeah, I mean that's probably the easiest state. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not even educated enough to say that, but it's probably definitely one of the easier states to get involved. Just seeing the amount of businesses as soon as you cross the border, it's crazy. But yeah, probably something For the Soul.
Okay.
Nah, that's what's up.
Something for the soul.
Something for the soul. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it really.
What cannabis does. Yeah, that's it. Don't steal that. That's for them.
I was just thinking that, like.
For the soul.
Shit.
I was gonna say Soul OG, but that's probably where to take it.
Soul OG is already definitely taken.
Soul OG, or solo OG, because it's wordplay.
Solo OG. I think that's taken.
Solo OG.
Yeah, sounds like something the white woman.
You fine. There's a way you can play it. Right?
Yeah, for
you
sure.
can pull it off.
See some funny strain names for sure.
Oh yeah. That's dope. That's fine. I was just curious. Now,
he's got
something that y'all might really be able to rock with.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies. Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind.
What's your favorite or top 5 artists to listen to, Stone?
Yeah, Wild Medically.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be egotistical.
He said, but
I mean, it's just like I see it in a different way. It's like it's just like this is like I make music because I like it, and that's where
Okay.
I don't really care about criticism or anything about that.
Yeah.
It's like I like the song, so like.
So you make the music that you want to listen to.
Outside of myself.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All my homies, I listen to Spade all the time, dude. All of his stuff is anything he's touched is crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's facts.
I like that support.
and then mainstream, I like Future and shit. I like church shit too.
So you listen to all variety levels. I mean, that's what's dope, though.
Anything.
Music has all levels. So
It's all his levels.
locals, support your local artists and the mainstreams. But that's dope. I respect that you actually started with self. Fuck it, self-love. Make this a self-love year for yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with.
I don't see myself no better than anybody else.
No, I'm just saying you support yourself and
you you're making
craft,
music that sounds good to you.
Yeah, so that's
you're making the music.
Why not start with what you make and then spread the love, bro. So, but that's dope. About yourself.
Yeah, definitely, myself as well, and the whole team too. Gotta give flowers to both these two. He, Kamari here, K-Spook, we've made a lot of music together, so I love a lot of the songs. One song with our late friend, Reckless, that's another artist I really love. Rest in peace to Reckless, for real.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he was a great rapper, artist putting on for Cincinnati. Cannabis, that's somebody that definitely was open and supported cannabis, used it. He had toured, destroyed his whole knee. Damn. He was I don't know exactly the injury, but not getting too deep into that, but not getting too sidetracked. We'll touch more on Reckless later. But outside of the whole team and myself, it would definitely be mainstream artists. I love Mac Miller. That's probably one of my favorite all time. Stoned or not stoned. Travis Scott.
Rest in peace to Matt.
Rest in peace to Matt, man.
Rest easy. I know. Shout out to DJ Clockwork. That's his DJ.
Okay.
Cincy. He's actually from Cincinnati.
I didn't even know that, man. Damn. Fucking Wiz Khalifa, all time.
Yeah.
I mean, Pittsburgh, right there, 2 Pittsburgh greats.
Pittsburgh.
I love Jay Dilla's shit too. Like, everybody in the team loves Dilla. I feel like that's something we all like kind of like bonded on.
We love
love for Dilla for sure. But
I'm fucking with the vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's what's up. That's a solid list.
Yeah. What about?
Number one, I'm about to put everybody in the group.
Yeah.
For number one, because I mean, like, it's different.
Because I like y'all already got the
different varieties of music that just it puts you, it collected, like it just puts you in a different space. You know what I'm saying? And then all of us are good. You know what I'm saying? Like even Reckless, who you mentioned, was a beast. So shout out to everybody in the group for real. And number 2, Larry June.
Hey.
Larry June, definitely, especially when he got tracks with Cardo and Alchemist.
Yeah.
Man,
Munyon Canyon.
yes, fucking Larry June, definitely. Number 3. Nas, definitely Nas. 4.
All I need is one mic.
No, oh man. See, I always have a problem with this one because I like each and every one of them as part of Griselda. But if I had to choose one, it would definitely be
or Conway or
probably Benny, definitely Benny.
Hey, everybody can't go.
I would say it's allowed to even do the whole group.
It's hard because he's like everybody's hard.
I find myself listening to their all individual albums.
Yeah, they all good. There's not one bad artist. Like you got Benny, Conway, Westside. Is Rome part of
Huh?
Rome Streets? Or I'm thinking of Bodie James.
That's another
Bodie James. Benny definitely. And number 5,
Bodie from Detroit.
Yeah, for sure. Number 5, I'll say shit. That's it's another. Number 5, I'll definitely say Currency.
Oh,
yeah.
Spitter.
Okay.
I like the variety.
Yeah.
I like the variety.
Yeah.
You went from just stuck, vibes, chilling, vibing music to street shit to lyrical shit.
Yeah, I love Benny, man. Benny, his storytelling is just incredible, bro. Like all of them, but Benny especially, especially his storytelling from Tender Talk 3. Like that's one of my favorite albums of all time, and he went in.
I like that actually. I like his whole album is produced with Hit Boy. That shit.
Oh yeah, everybody gotta go. Yeah. I was just tuning in to Griselda Express earlier too.
Yesterday. That's why I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Love.
But no, shout out to Griselda and Hit Boy. Wiz and Currency, all of them.
That's what's up, because that kind of explains more of how the independent music choices that you guys have and then coming together.
Yeah.
How that kind of creates For the Soul,
Definitely.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So no, we gonna move on over to this story time and kind of get a little bit of further understanding of y'all relationship with cannabis, and then it'll lead to talking about For Your Soul as well. But what would you say your first time using cannabis was like?
Yes, sir.
As long as you want to take that first, or if you if you can recall or remember. You can remember.
That was when this is the first time you smoked weed?
Yeah.
I was probably 15. I was with my homie Renat, and he was some Russian kid, and he had one arm. Crazy shit. It was also his first time smoking too.
Damn.
we didn't have nothing to roll up with because we didn't. I mean, that was our first time like buying weed and shit.
Yeah.
So we saw that you could do it with some Bible paper, bro. Yeah, bro. It was
straight for the Lord.
But dude, but hey, no, we
no judgment.
We can't judge you. That's all they got.
No. We believe. I mean,
I just think
I respect.
I'm thinking
you had a Bible around.
We didn't care. I mean, like
I'm sure God would have been.
I'm like, there's like ink on
Cushion Corinthians. Shout out to K-Dot.
Oh my God. But yeah, we were just. I mean, dude, I was on the floor laughing. Like it was a whole different high. Like that was like.
So the first
that
time
woke me up. Like that was the first time that was like there's other mentalities outside of the regular one that you have. It's like.
No, that's interesting though. Everybody got some way to start or get into the game. So and usually mostly everybody remember too. Salute to even the one-armed soldier though.
That motherfucker he's talking about too, because we went to the same high school. Yeah, he was cool.
Okay, that's what's
that's hey. As long as he was like pushing through, he wouldn't let that shit stop him. We all you might have some type of whether it's a disability or a handicap, whatever. Don't just be you.
No, he was he was himself. He was cool. I can't think of any.
Nobody. It's cool that he had friends that wasn't judging him either, because that's not necessary.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's still. I mean, you just don't have an arm. I mean.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Shit. What about you? I'm like, first time smoking. See when you hit that shit.
The icebreaker.
I was at my friend's house. His name's Kyle Sean. It's funny, his two first names for fucking his first and last name, but he that's just what we called him too, not to like expose him or anything.
Yeah.
That's just how if I refer to him to anybody else, anybody watching this would have no idea who he is. But Kyle John, we were over there smoking, and like up to this point, I was always like nervous, like I hadn't done anything, kind of like had been told like a one-sided story about cannabis. My dad, I was an avid user, still is a very avid user for his own reasons. He was just kind of, he never really like introduced it to me. Just kind of, I guess, kept it censored from me. I got to high school though, was around people, Kyle John, but I ended up there one night, and I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And I remember the first few times I hit it, I didn't feel anything. I waited like an hour or so, and then I did it again. And it was like, I was zooted.
Activated.
The best way I could,
describe it
is like a shroom experience, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I remember being on the couch being like, bro, what time does it end? What does it stop? And he's like, just laughing. He's like, it does it. I was like, bro, what do you mean?
It doesn't. That's funny.
It was just, slow appreciation and love for it from there. It was something that I did with the friends, as well. So it was something,
like a social experiment began. That's for most people it began in that
positive
type of
first
way.
time experience.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's rare that people, like, I don't think I've ever heard a story yet when someone was by themselves. My bad though. I need to slide the puck. But I don't think I've ever heard, because for the most part, it is a social drug. I'm not saying you can't use it by yourself, but most people, especially get into it, are usually with somebody or a group of friends.
I'm like, we may have had one person on the show. I feel like that said they were by themselves.
I forget.
And they were also very young.
You know why?
Very, very, very young.
Because I got Shout out Afro Man. No, that's the. What about you, brother?
I would say, well, I was 16, and it was just me and a group of my friends downtown, and we used to. One was guy one day was like, "Hey, you want to try this out?" I was scared because my dumb ass at the time thought it was like cigarettes. So I was like, So then, I was peer pressure into it, and so I was like, "Why not?" So smoked a few, waited for like an hour or whatever, and then boom, hit me. Just hit me right out of nowhere, and then I don't remember how quiet I was. Like I didn't even say a single word because it's like I don't know, the feeling that you have the first time when you smoke is a different like.
It's a kid.
But yeah, it was like I don't know. That first time, like he said, it's like the stroom experience. Literally, like you just in a different mental plane. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel good. You just I felt good, but I felt confused at the same time because I didn't know where the hell I was at.
It feels like you're dreaming.
Yeah, like I'm dreaming. Like it's like a I don't know, like a third person view in a way. It's like, bro, what the hell? But I know one thing. Like ever since I smoked it, I was like, I want to do more of this shit.
Yeah.
and then doing more research and learning that it also had medical benefits too. It was like, I'm deep into this shit now. So
I feel you because that's kind of when I started beginning to speak up. Like yo,
sat there like fixed it.
Oh my bad.
Nah, you good.
But I feel like I begin to like not be or be less afraid to speak up about my use because it was like there's medical research and stuff being proven that this shit helps people in so many ways. So like why not stand behind it? Then the state came up with a medical program. Yeah, like shit, my condition and a lot of other conditions. I'm like sickle cell right there. Other states too. You like, damn, all right. So I started researching. There is this book. I might have to bring it to the next show. It's called the Cannabis Health Index. Man, look that shit up. Or get one and get you a copy if you can. Yeah, bro, that shit crazy because it's like it's bigger than like a Bible. It's like an encyclopedia though, talking about all the different things cannabis help with. I was looking up like obviously I looked up sickle cell, but then I looked up like just anything diabetes. It's different stuff you can look up. And just it's just giving you different ideas and concepts. It's real medical terms. I ain't gonna lie, but it's like crazy because it's like it's got the whole body,
everything you need. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like people don't.
I was gonna say, and then you should shout out your book again.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
Oh yeah, go check. Well, it's not necessarily my book, but shout out to Encouraging Cannabis. It's an anthropology, a book series of different authors of that use cannabis in some type of medicinal way, or somebody some loved one that they know that does, because there's been strains, there's been movements created behind people and their use of this plant. That's what's up. To kind of like feed into that though, like I don't know. I mean, if you already described it, that's cool. But like, do you guys have like a funny story or something or experience that's related to cannabis that like
Man, probably not that one.
It was that bad. Okay.
Just because it may not, nothing like too bad. Just don't want to embarrass anybody.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm just curious because we all sometimes have something that you like. Yeah, that shit. Anytime I think about it, it just brings a smile on my face. But
I mean, I guess we could talk about it. We didn't really have any part in it, but.
I mean, I ain't no pressure.
Yeah, it's completely up to you. You don't have to.
Yeah. I think you remember it better than I can, though.
Let's just go with your initial instinct.
Yeah, my initial instinct. I mean, There's so many, but the most recent one I'd love to talk about is like the other night when we were at that meetup after we left. We were out for my friend's 21st.
Oh, I was actually gonna ask you how that went.
Yeah, man, we had some fun with those edibles. It was a good time. Well medicated. Had some drinks. But then we went to Skyline and just like witnessed like a whole like situation happened. Somebody got like sick in the bathroom, and like while my friend was in there, and like somehow the dude's like pants like came down or something. Like we hear like, tell him to put his pants on right now. Like, what is going on? And I'm like, what the hell? And Robert comes out and he's like, our friend, and he's like, bro, he was like, it's not good. And you probably had Skyline chili, bro. It's not gonna be looking pleasant.
That's Cincinnati's fine.
When you said I was like,
to me, people always say Gold Star. I'm like, hell no, Skyline.
I never even tried Gold Star, but I tried Skyline.
there's a whole big debate over that.
Skyline better than Gold Star.
Does Skyline in Cincinnati make it different than Skyline in Columbus? Because I'm curious. I heard the headquarters is in Cincy.
I don't know.
I'm just playing. But no, to me, the moment I think of that, I'm sorry not to be gross or nothing, but like, shout out to Dave Chappelle, it just make people think of mud butt. Like, that shit is like, fuck you, dude. Like, that shit, like, the way it look, like this. But I don't know. I ain't trying to talk shit about Skyline. I'm sorry. It's just
with cheese.
Like some shit you can eat, just like Taco Bell. And that shit would make you move. You gonna dance and go to that
bathroom. Clogged up real bad, man.
Nah, shit. I used to, sometimes it was such too.
I had to put the Skyline down.
Being in the hospital for a long time, they give you pain meds and shit. You get constipated, and not even trying to be gross. Yeah. I went Taco Bell, bro. That shit. I ain't have a problem with it. I'm like, oh shit, it's Taco Bell. I'm like, damn, it was crazy. I know I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I'm like, what the fuck is in that? Like, it's like not real food or something. No disrespect.
Yeah. And mine is White Castle. I don't know why, but it's
White Castle, boy, we about Skyline.
Something about that burger, man.
Yeah.
That shit put me down every time. I know, that's it. Like,
hey, that's the headquarters here.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what's that?
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's Columbus.
Made a whole movie about that
spot.
shit. That's
White Castle. But no, everybody got their own food. Shout out to all the spots. Whatever. Everybody to each his own. Eat. Do your best to eat right. Eat fresh foods. Sometimes you gotta eat that shit on the go.
That is crazy story.
Fast foods, it's named fast food for a reason.
Yeah.
But we gonna go on to, does cannabis help with your creativity? And like, how would you say it's I guess help create your or spark your there you go, spark your interest to start your creative interest.
Is the question like, does it like make me more creative?
Yeah, like would you say it helps inspire you?
Yeah.
In a sense of like, obviously you could be naturally creative too, but I'm just saying like, has it furthered that, or has it assisted you, or get you in that zone, like how he says?
I think it gets me a little more focused, like on, basically what I'm trying to make. Like, lets me hone in on, like a theme or something, or like a hook or something, and then writing off of that. Like, it makes you think deeper than what you would probably, attempt to. Without trying extremely hard.
I got you.
Like more naturally.
You're just tapping into your natural abilities.
Yeah.
How about you?
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely it was something that I've still even to this day really enjoy to pair with music is some cannabis.
Like a glass of wine.
Even just in the studio, it's a staple,
Yeah, it is.
It's
we gotta have one in the studio.
He's burning like incense.
So I feel like, it's I mean, some people definitely feel like it doesn't help them be creative. I guess I can't relate, but it's different for everybody. But for me, it definitely is a big, I feel like, factor in like maybe just kind of like it doesn't. I feel like it just kind of enhances it more. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of makes me feel more comfortable to try things that are outside the realm, just because it sounds a bit different than what it would when you're sober. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I know. I feel like you all partially kind of answered that question earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it just further enhanced my creativity on certain things that I want to write about. Like I want to talk about something like catching a vibe or something. Like I'll smoke. It just made me like tap into my the mode where I just want to vibe, and I just write like a certain thing about how I feel based on like I said, being in a vibey mood, and I feel like it helped me become more disciplined as far as like honing in on my creativity, because like now, like ever since I started using that, it became more focused. It's a lot more easier for me to write something instead of like how it was before I even smoked.
Like how to get you out of a writing spot.
Yeah, more easily. And like I said, I don't know, when you tap into the music when you're high, I don't know what it is, like in a way you're just kind of like touching music. It's so weird to explain it.
Yeah, it's like you're blending in.
Yeah,
almost like.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, so
like it's surrounding you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, see, that's just interesting and curious to hear how people are able to blend the two to make dope shit. They try to call it dope, but nah, you really can just make.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love.
So, like, how long would you say you guys have been doing your craft or in the business of music and creating industry?
Since about like 2019.
Okay. 2019. What, like, did you just wake up one day like, yo, I want to be an artist, or I want to make music? Like,
Music's in my blood.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's in the family. Okay.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. No, I got my family. My grandmother was a professional gospel singer, so it's different type of music, but
still music.
Used to watch the whole family like rehearse and be the
it's for the soul, man.
For the soul.
Yeah, for the soul.
Hey, for the soul.
Definitely.
What about you?
2017, like height of the SoundCloud era, like Lil Uzi, Triple X, Ski Mask,
Rest in peace.
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
All of them people.
That was a big wave.
It was a definitely.
Denzel. I mean, I think about that.
Shout out to Denzel Curry.
Honestly, SoundCloud was a great platform.
It was. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people write off that era too much sometimes, or like a little too critical of it, because you gotta think a lot of it was just like kids that came together and bonded, kind of like, and maybe that's why I hold a lot of personal love for that era, just because it's kind of like what we are in a way. It's like we started off as a bunch of kids and came together, so I definitely look up to that whole era. But that's when I started, around that era. I looked up to like that whole movement. I was like man, there's something about it. I really liked it. And my good friend, that got me into music, Socks. He gave me a MacBook totally for free. Just was like, and this was in high school, 2017. He was like, I want you to have this. Just I want you to make music with it.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty good.
I didn't make music with it as much, and then he passed away December of senior year. And then after that, that's kind of like when I had I feel like more of a calling to go harder for this, and that was right, in 2018, December. So, ever since, rest in peace, okay.
I was just thinking that was literally meant for him to give you that in that moment.
No, definitely. And yeah, ever since then, it's always been just about I've been, trying to push that original idea, because we always wanted to make music, just shit, how it gets, life gets busy.
Yeah. Don't we all know?
Yeah. No, that's well received and understood. Man.
7-8 years now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Salute to you both, and I'm sure you got something too you want to add.
Yeah.
One quick second, I do want to say. No, you first.
No, go ahead.
This is now like 2023 at this point. We had laid down a couple tracks for this album, like notably Often, the outro. That has just Reckless on it, and that's production from me and several other of us on there that were friends of him as well. There's Cantrell, Beanie, and one of the Netherlands artists on the label and shit. I had him come on and do an outro for that track. But it's very much just a testament to all of us as artists and our stories, and just what we can bring together. And I want to change what it means to have like an independent music record label. That's also what it is, a record label / collective. And I want to change like that traditional. I want artists to maintain 100% of their masters. I'm not signing anybody to there's not gonna be I need 5 albums from you, no deals like that. That shit's dead. You gotta think it's like forcing the art. You know what I mean? It's like of course the artist can make 5 albums worth of great music, but you're putting
a time strain or something.
Yeah, giving that person that creative freedom to based on whenever they want to put out the album.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like in that limits and constricts a lot of the creativity.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I want.
And you're taking so much from them, from their actual creative art.
Yeah. So if anything, I want this album is the foundation, moving forward, what we built on the jungle as a sound and an idea, and as moving forward into For the Soul as a brand. I want it to be, it definitely, a worldwide empire, but I want it to change in a positive way. A lot of the messed up things that, that we see in the music industry, and that's artists not owning their own music, and, it's a really hard industry to, promote against the machines.
Yes, it is.
I'm feeling that right now, trying to promote, the album to pitching it, and stuff. Every step of the way, it's so much money. It makes sense how labels are able to compete against. It capitalize, especially. That's the best way to put it, because they get so much money from these deals. So I want to change all of that.
So shout out to For the Soul.
Yes, sir.
We need
For the Soul.
We might have to reach out to some chefs that's gonna feed us some food for the soul. No, I just meant
I'd love to get into any and everything too.
Turn that to a food line too. But no, on a serious note, that's what's up. We appreciate For the Soul, and we appreciate y'all for coming on Between the Budz, taking sharing y'all story. Make sure make sure y'all get their strains coming out somewhere.
To a city near
Tundra's Food for Spade. Thanks again coming from the Natty. Make sure y'all go support and listen, stream their album, their prior work too. Look them up. I don't know if y'all started releasing videos yet too. Actually, I think I've seen a couple, but if y'all got videos in the process, I'm sure. But hey, it's dope to see y'all, you know, working together and figuring the shit out and making dope music, positive music too, not just like you know, shit to tear people down. It's actually uplifting stuff. You know, remember, we're all just Budz,
and we're just growing.
So make sure y'all, you know, just keep on supporting them, us, and you know, everybody else you know that's out here chasing dreams.
Yes, sir. And who else? 149.
149, Robin Wood, shout out, and we out. And Happy's Pizza.
Hey yo, peep this.
Yeah. This is how we like to do it.
God's gift from above the skies.
No lie.
Tune into the buzz while you get high.
The hitter, spread some wisdom so you can relate on topics of every kind to elevate your mind.
Listen, Mary Jane is not a drug. There's so much love in every nug.
New strains, they'll be the judge and see what it does.
It's between the buds.
Watch this.